Entitled parents. Karen tries to steal son, gets gun to the face and arrested. So, let's start with background. I changed names, so people wouldn't be exposed here. So my wife was at home, and I needed to take my son to the local QFC, but I can't ride a bike with him, so I end up taking him in his stroller. It's about a half-hour walk from my house to said QFC, and the police station is a 2-minute drive from there. On this particular day the QFC was packed, and I had a hard time with dealing with it all due to my being an introvert and not wanting to deal with it. Now I also carry a BB gun that looks like a Beretta M9 handgun with no orange tip, and due to state law I carry my ID and remain versed in the law. This is important. Now, the story. So as I get to the store, I grab a small hand basket and start shopping for the items I needed to grab. As I go into one of the aisles, I notice her, the Karen. I ignore her for the time being, and she comes up to say the usual spew about oh what a cute baby, boy or girl, all that. She ends up walking away, and I think that the end of it was so wrong. I go to the bakery department and start to look at the cookies on one of the tables. Now as I'm doing this, I see Karen notice me and start walking over from the deli, which is next to the bakery. I see her approaching and try to ignore her, but she taps my shoulder. Yes, can I help you? She looks slightly angered and starts in on me. You look too young to be having a child. My daughter is at home with a babysitter, but she wants a baby brother, and I would make a great mother for him. Plus, with the way you're treating him. She points at the stroller and the now fussing son. I look at her and simply tell her, first off, I can take care of my son perfectly fine, and second, please go away before I call over a store clerk. She huffs at me and storms off. About 30 seconds later I'm in the soup aisle and have son in front of me. He is happy, and I bend down to check the labels on some soups when son starts to fuss again, then starts to wail. I stand up and realize that Karen is attempting to unstrap son from his stroller harness, and I yell at her to stop. She looks at me and yells, he belongs to me. You're unfit to have a child and you're too young anyway. I try to stop her and she shoves me into the aisle shelves, attracting the attention of a store clerk who runs off, probably to call security or the police. At this point my dad instincts kick in, and I pull my BB gun, racking the full slide and putting the barrel up against her head. She freezes and her face goes white. Take your hands away from my son, slowly. I instruct. She does so, swearing at me under her breath. I yell out for a store clerk, and one that I know personally, we'll call her Sam, comes to my aid. Sam, can I help you? Which she notices the gun and looks at me with a frightened look. Grab my phone, dial 911, and hold my phone to my ear please. She does so and stands there, obviously nervous about the situation. Police officers show up in about a minute and arrest the Karen for attempted child abduction, assault, and additional outstanding charges that she had been running from for a year. As one of the officers takes her to the squad car, the other officer pulls me aside and starts to question me. The convo goes like this. Officer, so can you explain what happened from the start? *explains. What happened? Officer, can I see the weapon you pulled against the suspect? Me. *pulls the weapon out of the holster slowly and handing it to the officer. Handle first. Officer. *examining the gun. HMM. This isn't real. Do you have a state ID? Me. I do, and I'm fully aware of the carry laws for BB and air guns in state here. *GIVES. Officer Myad. Officer. Okay, come with me, and we'll take care of this. Bottom line, I ended up getting off scot-free, and she ended up being shipped off to prison. I receive a warning to not pull out my BB gun on someone else again, even with the circumstances, and the clerk's half the price of the food I got. I thank the clerks and go home. Karen crashed into my Jeep and expects me to pay her cash for her damages because her children will starve if she pays to fix her car. So some backstory: I own a Jeep, #JEEPLIFE, fully built, lift kit, ADD bumpers, the whole shebang. So one day I'm coming home from work, it's a summer day, the roof is off, and I'm having some open top fun. Stop at a red light, and suddenly screech bang. I drive forward slightly and go back to assess the damage, and lo and behold, it's a Mercedes C-Class new one on that as well. Completely destroyed from the front, and my beautiful Jeep had no damage apart from a few scratches. I went to check on the passenger of the Merc. Got them out, luckily she was unharmed. These Mercs are definitely safe. Under a minute after she's out of the car, she starts screaming about how I wrecked her car. I told her calmly that she was the one who rammed into me. I think she understood how my hitting her would be impossible. I offered to share our insurance details because I knew that Mercedes damage doesn't come cheap. But she said she didn't have insurance. She insisted that I'd pay her 10k cash. How she got this number? I don't know. I said that was just plain wrong, as she hit me. It's her fault for not having insurance. She then went on a ramble on how her kids needed the money and they had no money at the time, and now her kids will have to starve because she will have to pay to fix her car, and how it will all be my fault when they are on the street tomorrow. Yeah, on the street with a Mercedes, my ass. That is why you should have insurance. But no, she said that she would call the cops if I didn't pay her. I refused, as this is just dumb. So then she called the cops. Yeah. Cops came, assessed the damage, and asked us what happened, and she said, and I quote, "He backed into me at full speed on a red light, shaking my head." Then they asked me what happened, and I told them. And it became a he said she said situation. Luckily a shopkeeper was there and saw the whole thing and even captured it on a surveillance camera. Needless to say, I came out on top. Cops got her for reckless driving and driving without insurance. She then started yelling at the cops about how they would just let a criminal get away. They explained that I did nothing wrong and that they now had video evidence. The partner of the cop came to me and told me if I could drive I can leave, so I got in my Jeep and left. Never wanna have a Karen experience again, not worth it. PS, if you have a lifted Jeep with heavy duty bumpers, a Mercedes can't do much damage. TLDR. Karen crashed into me, wrecked her car, had no insurance, wanted me to pay 10k cash. Cops came, ticketed her, and I left. Karen wants to sue me now over the post from the Jeep accident. So Karen read my post. Who knew? I certainly didn't. I just received a direct message from Karen in all caps as expected. She basically said that how I already destroyed her car and left her penniless and her children starving. I'm suing her over this, and now she wants me to take down the post because it defaces her. She said, and I quote, "You know this is illegal, right? You have no right to talk like this about me. You already wrecked my car that I have to pay out of pocket now for. If you don't take this down immediately, I will report you and sue you for attacking me." I explained to her that neither was her real name mentioned nor the place where this happened. The only thing mentioned was her car and how she was being a big asshole. But no, she threatened to sue me for defacing her beautiful reputation. How? So yeah, that happened. I advised her against this, but she said that she had my license plate number, and if this post is not gone by tomorrow, I will be receiving some papers. I'm not worried at all. She doesn't have a case, as I didn't mention anywhere her name or any revealing info at all. But if there is anything I missed that can cause me a problem, please tell me, as I really don't wanna take a wrong step. PS, for all the ones asking, yeah, the Wrangler and I are fine. It was built to take a punishment, and so was I. I also contacted the shopkeeper, who has agreed to pass me the recording. Karen is jealous that I paid for chocolate with my money. This happened last year while I was buying stuff for Christmas Day. I was shopping on December 20th for my relatives and family members, and I decided to get chocolate for my friends. Cast M. Entitled mother, me, Minecraft evoker, C. The cashier, M. The manager. So I was in the store, and I was able to find chocolate, but not a lot. I decided to get 3 bars for my friends, since that is all I need. Suddenly, Entitled mother grabs the chocolate out of my hands. Me, hey, I was going to buy that. Entitled mother, well, if you looked around, you could probably find some more. Me, you could too. Entitled mother, well, I'm late, and I couldn't spare time. Me, well, that doesn't matter. You don't just grab the chocolate out of my hands. I proceed to take back the chocolate, go to the cashier, and pay for my chocolate. But soon after, Entitled mother comes to the cashier and tells him to make me give back her chocolate. Entitled mother, *points at me *, he stole my chocolate and hit me. Me, you know fully well that I didn't do anything. Entitled mother, you did. Now give me back my chocolate that you stole. The cashier, calm down ma'am. I'm sure there is more chocolate on the shelves. Entitled mother, no there isn't. This guy took it all. I want to see manager. So cashier calls manager and tells him to come into the store to deal with M. Then manager walks into the store and talks with entitled mother. What is the problem entitled mother? Entitled mother, asterisk points at me asterisk he took all the chocolates and hit me. Me, I did not. She was the one who took it from my hands. Let's check the security footage. Entitled mother is in shock and tries to convince the manager not to check the footage. Entitled mother, no, you don't need it. I'm telling the truth. Manager, I want to see if Op is telling the truth. The security footage is checked, and what do you know? Entitled mother took the chocolate. Manager, ma'am you are suspended from this convenience if you are going to keep doing this to our customers. So entitled mother got suspended, and our Christmas morning was nice. TLDR, M took my chocolate, gets caught, then suspended. Edit, the phrase thanks for the upvotes is one of the most hated phrases, so I will just say a debt of gratitude is in order for the orange houses.